The word slut is not created equal, and it does not render down in our lives equally. That for many of us, particularly those of us of color, and certainly Indigenous women, the word slut has profound meaning. Let me tell you that for us, you know that paradox between Madonna and whore? We don't have that paradox. It's just whore. I'm telling you. And that we are stratified as women. And that very much those of us who are of color and those of us who are Indigenous have a different relationship to this word slut. And that reclaiming it is not the same for all of us. And not all of us want to reclaim this word because it does a lot of damage to us. And just walking in the street, we're believed to have that word put upon us. 9,000 women called our line last year. 9,000 women called our line last year who were dealing with violence in their home.
Thank you, we love you.
We need us all today, without a doubt, to stand in these streets in the rain. In the rain! Let me tell you, this is Vancouver after all. We need to be here, in these streets, in the rain, and taking a strong position that says the violence starts here.
The fear that all women experience in trying to report violence or talk about violence is compounded when people are worried about not being believed, about being judged for their lifestyle, about the possibility of being deported or having their children taken away if they speak about the violence that they're experiencing. Now, we're here today to talk about sexual violence, but one thing that I've learned is that this issue of women being blamed for violence and for abuse seeps into every place that women interact with the legal system.
What do we want? We want power, right? We want the power of the sisters and our allies, not the power over that's been used against us when people use the word slut. So do we want power? We want the power of the people. And that's the kind of power that the women who are wearing burqas in Egypt were fighting for. And they're still fighting for it now when they say we want to be in the Constitution, not just in the streets, but in the Constitution. That's power for the people. We want the kind of power that the Walk for Justice sisters in the downtown East Side are building when they leave on June 21st to walk across this country to draw attention to the murdered and missing Aboriginal women. That's power for the people. And doesn't it feel good? You know, Canada used to be the #1 place in the world for women, and we've dropped to 51st. The federal government has closed 12 of the 16 Status of Women centers. They've cut funding to women's organizations, as have the provincial organization, which limits women's access to legal aid. And all of those things strip away the power of women and leave us vulnerable to being called sluts. Because that's what it's about. It's about power. And what we're about here is the power of change.